Hi everybody, this is the Patriot Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, Hut, and welcome back to the Patriot Hut. Hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. As you know, there was this bill that was 1,500 pages. It's a 1,500-page continuing resolution that was basically dead on arrival because it had so much garbage in it, so much pork in it, that it got the ire and the fur up on people like Elon Musk who are going to be going in there, and President-elect Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy. That they killed the bill. I mean, we know that. Now there was a vote on a new bill, which was 116 pages, easy to read and easy to go through, and it got rid of most of the garbage that was in it, not all of it. But it was voted down, and we're going to go through a list of the Republicans. The Republicans that sided with against this bill. This is a major problem that we have with the Republican Party. People have not gotten the memo. We don't want this garbage in our government anymore. This is our government, not theirs, not the lobbyists. And at some point, I'll do a video on Lindsey Graham, bought and paid for, and an acolyte, an acolyte and an apprentice of John McCain. Yes, from the Gateway Pundit, breaking House votes against Trump-endorsed government funding bill. A shutdown looms. Now we know that there's the shutdown comes, but the government's still going to be running. It's stupid. The House of Representatives has voted against the American Relief Act 2024, which Trump endorsed earlier, saying it will keep the government open, fund our great farmers and others, and provide relief for those severely impacted by the devastating hurricanes. Now, the other bill had such crazy stuff in it. One of the things they had in that bill was to build a new football stadium for the Commanders in the middle of Washington, D.C. Disgusting. The final vote was 174 to 235. Government funding deadline is Friday at 11:59. It is unclear whether or not the government will shut down. The bill came to the floor after the disastrous 1,547-page continuing resolution was rejected by the MAGA base, and House Speaker Mike Johnson was called out for negotiating on American Last funding bill. Now, this is also going to affect Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson's going to be out of here because he's been a disaster as Speaker of the House. A vote for the previous bill to fund the government until March was expected on Wednesday, but postponed after conservatives came out in staunch opposition. As the Gateway Pundit reported, President Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance also slammed Congress ahead of the vote, stating that the bill accomplishes nothing for the American people and called for a new temporary funding bill about Democratic giveaways. A couple of things. The Electoral College met, and they've certified this election. No one's talked about it. Also, Sleepy Joe Biden has not spoken out about any of this. Gateway Pundit reported on Wednesday that Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, heads Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy came out in opposition to the previous 1,547-page bill, with Musk highlighting several issues that waste taxpayer dollars. This bill should not pass, said Musk, who further noted massive pay raises from members of Congress, as well as upgrades in lawmakers' health insurance plans. And now the pushback to separate Musk and Trump, they're starting to do it. They're trying to make it seem like Musk is the president and Trump's not running the show. It's ridiculous. Complete total stupidity. That's their new tactic, that they send emails to each other, and that's the new tactic. Good luck with that. Additionally, the bill contained a section essentially mandating the court to quash or modify any legal process directed to the provider for a House official if compliance would require the disclosure of House data at the House office. This would essentially give the House office exclusive jurisdiction over their records, the Gateway Pundit reports. So in other words, the January 6th committee wouldn't have to give over their records to any court. Early on Thursday, President Trump described the new government funding bill as vital to the America First agenda and called on all Republicans to vote in favor. 38 Republicans voted in opposition to President Trump's agenda. The Gateway Pundit reported that President Trump called out Representative Chip Roy, grown man named Chip. Just think about that. got elected. Republican from Texas, on Thursday for obstructing the new funding bill and called for him to be primaried. The very unpopular congressman for Texas, Chip Roy, I mean, it sounds like a cartoon character, is getting in the way, as usual, of having yet another great Republican victory over the sake of some cheap publicity for himself. Republican obstructionists have to be done away with, and he's right on. Chip Roy gave a speech in the House floor Thursday night, opposing his Republican colleagues. Purple-haired Democrat Representative Rosa DeLillo asked for Chip Roy to be recognized during the debate so he could, think about some of these, some of the people in this House in Congress, it is like something out of this bar scene from Star Wars. Goodness gracious. Never see him, we talk about a wretched hide of scum and villainy. Now here's a bunch of scum and villainy here. Again, from the Gateway Pundit, the list of 38 Republicans who voted against Trump-endorsed continuing resolution. In a recent House vote, 38 Republican lawmakers opposing a continuing resolution endorsed by President-elect Donald Trump aimed at preventing a government shutdown and advancing the America First agenda. Earlier on Thursday, President Trump described the new government funding bill as vital to the American First agenda and called on all Republicans to vote in favor. Trump wrote, "Success in Washington," this is from Truth Social, Speaker Mike Johnson and the House have come to a very good deal for the American people. The newly agreed to American Relief Act of 24 will keep the government open, fund our great farmers and others, and provide relief for those severely impacted by the devastating hurricanes that, in parentheses, the government created. We'll get into that. At some point, we'll get into it. A very important piece vital to the America First agenda was added as well. The very unnecessary debt ceiling will be pushed out 2 years to January 30th, 2027. Now we can make America great again very quickly, which is what the people gave us a mandate to accomplish. Donald Trump called out Representative Chip Roy on Thursday for obstructing him. I read that already for you. And here are the names. The proposed legislation aimed to extend government funding for 3 months, provided over $100 billion of disaster relief and aid for farmers. Also sought to suspend the nation's borrowing limit for 2 years. However, the bill fell short of the required majority. I'm going to read all these names. 38 Republicans. 38. Aaron Bean from Florida. Andy Biggs from Arizona. Josh Breachin, Oklahoma. Tim Burchett, Tennessee. Eric Burleson, Missouri. Kat Comack, Florida. Michael Cloud, Texas. Andrew Clyde, Georgia. Eli Crane, Arizona. John Curtis, Utah. Jeff Duncan, South Carolina. Russ Fulcher, Idaho. Bob Good, he wasn't so good here, from Virginia. Paul Gosar, Arizona. Andy Harris from Maryland. Wesley Hunt from Texas. Doug Lamborn, Colorado. Debbie Lesko, Arizona. Lauren Boebert, interesting. The former fair-haired girl, obviously from Colorado. They all have to go. Let's continue on. Morgan Luttrell from Texas. Nancy Mace from South Carolina. Troubling. Thomas Macy from Kentucky. Rich McCormick from Georgia. Corey Mills from Florida. Alex Mooney from West Virginia. Blake Moore from Utah. Troy Nels from Texas. Ralph Norman from South Carolina. Andy Ogles from Tennessee. Scott Perry, no surprise there. Pennsylvania. Bill Posey, Florida. Matt Rosendale, Montana. Chip Roy, Texas. David Schweikert from Arizona. Kevin Self from Texas. Victoria Spartz from Indiana. Tom Tiffany from Wisconsin. And Beth Van Der Doing from Texas. My goodness. Below are some of the statements from the Republicans who voted against the bill. This is from Keith Self. It doesn't matter. He's a fool. Congress failed again his responsibility to fund the government on time, While the most egregious items were taken out of the original CR, I cannot support the negotiated deal that raised the debt by $4 trillion rather than making the cuts necessary to rein in government spending. I mean, this would have just helped us out a little bit until Trump got in, instead of all the spending that they wanted to do. This was a short-term situation, and it was much better. Now, this is very troubling again. If not, most if not all of these people need to be primaried, to be honest with you. The country has a mandate. We want efficient government. Enough of this nonsense. Stop being in the way. Simple as that. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And of course, please subscribe to the Patriot Hut. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.